So in the comments of the last video, there was a surprising amount of people that wanted me to stick with the Caterham. Clearly those people are the ones that just enjoy watching people suffering. I personally don't see the enjoyment of watching someone battle for 18th every week, but I have decided if I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll do it. It won't be a series, it will just be one big video of me in a Caterham on F1 2015. But mainly because I've already recorded many races for the Sauber career mode, I will be sticking with Sauber for this series, and if we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will I'll get back in the vile green piece of shit. Hit subscribe. You don't have to. Anyway, focusing back on Sauber, obviously last race didn't go great, so we're going to Malaysia. Let's jump on track and let's see how I do. I'm sure it's going to go great. So as always, I went out and practiced, just do a couple laps to get a feel for the track. Let's see how I do into turn 1. I forget the apex, I miss the actual corner of turn 1 by about 5 miles, and then I lose the exit as I come through turn 2, but we do get a beautiful cutback on Massa. That is not a good start, but I don't hate the first few corners as much as I hate this S-bend, because in this car it doesn't really, well it can't do it. It really can't do it. Massa's overtaken us, he's horribly cutting the corner, Massa's brake checking us, he's cutting the corner again, he's hit the curb and spun round and blocked the track, he's now collected Kvyat, he's still blocking me, Vern's got through. Just as a reminder, this is the opening lap of the practice session, and given how I don't want to just sit in a practice session for half an hour, that was my practice done. I managed half a lap, and it was a horrible half a lap. Came around the final corner to start my first qualifying lap. So far I've only seen half the track, at least with a undamaged car. I'm sure this is going to go great. As we head down towards turn number 1, we've got a car exiting the pit. It is Jean-Eric Verne. Thank you so much, Jean-Eric Verne. I must have been mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw you come out the pit, and I don't recall you starting a lap at full pace. My mistake is, I should have left more space for you on my outlap. I do apologise for, putting you off by sitting in your mirrors. Can you please get out the fucking way? So we come around the final corner. Not been a great lap. It's not been a very good lap at all. As we come up to the line, we're gonna go P13. Pretty bad. Now I don't want to fall into the stereotype of British people hating the French, but they give us a really good reason to. So our following lap we weren't blocked by any French people, and shockingly we actually improved up to P11, immediately down to P12, P13, but we do beat Ricciardo somehow. Come to the end of qualifying 1 though, we weren't safe, we are in P15. Currently we were safe, but it's likely people would improve. I was going to do this lap, and I was keeping an eye on who was crossing the line, as a lot of people were in the pit. If it looked like I was going to be safe, I was going to back out, and I'm kind of hoping I'm going to be safe, because that's been an awful start to the lap so far. Admittedly, it was probably an awful lap because I was paying more attention on the mini-map and watching cars cross the line. It probably wasn't the best strategy for the last lap in qualifying, but on this occasion it did work out. We're through to Q2. On to qualifying 2 then, and I'll be honest, I was not optimistic in the slightest. I'm yet to actually get a decent lap time. I've scraped by so far. Coming to, I think, finish my first lap. We go pole position. No more questions need to be asked. Come to the end of our second lap, we're slowly dropping down the order. We're beating Roman Grosjean, but I think he's the only person we are beating. We improve our lap time and don't improve any positions. We are in trouble. And at the end of Q2, we are down in P15, still not last, but it still wasn't looking great. We're going to start our final lap in qualifying. I highly doubt we are going to... Oh, for fuck's sake, not you. Of all people, Why did it have to be the Mexican? Well, hopefully Perez is quicker than us, that he can pull away on his outlap. Once again, it'd be nice if he could just get out of the way. Obviously 2015 cars don't have that programmed in them. We're going to horribly cut turn 4 because why the hell not? Fuck this game. Ironically, coming through the S-bend, we get our best line ever, despite being in dirty air. I imagine dirty air isn't a thing in this game because it's F1 2015. But the problem is now we're right behind Perez and he's not getting out of the way. Now we've got Rosberg behind us. Now we've got Rosberg in front of us. I'm pretty sure Rosberg was also on his outlap, so thanks for that, Rosberg. You are such a nice man. I fucking hate this game. There was actually a comment on the last video where someone was talking about how the AI just stick to one racing line and don't really give a shit about you. During Australia, I didn't really know what they meant. Watching this back, I completely understand. I also lost my head a bit after that contact with Rosberg. I don't really know what I was doing at this point. I was just kind of revving my engine. I was quite frustrated, but I don't really know what I was trying to accomplish here. Oh, for fuck's sake. This game is shit. So thanks to a combination of Sergio Perez and Nico Rosberg, we are out in Q2. Obviously, as an F1 content creator, I can't take responsibility for any of these incidents seen in the video. Purely for legal reasons, I can't take responsibility. It's all someone else's fault. You know, I never noticed in these intro things that in the top right hand corner they have 2014 coverage that looks like a shitty rendition of the Sky logo. I genuinely never noticed that before. It looks awful. It genuinely looks like a work in progress watermark. Honestly, it wouldn't shock me if they just accidentally left it in there. So here we are on the grid. We're starting P15. Once again, we are condemned to a 3-stop strategy. We're going to do the same as what we did in Australia. Options and then prime. It looked optimistic last time. It looked like we could get points with it. So let's try again in Malaysia. Starting P15 with my race starts. I imagine I'll be down to P18 by lap 1 at least. Lights out and away we go. I mean, it looked like it wasn't going to be a bad start, and then the second phase, as Martin Brundle would say, was absolutely horrific. We're down to P17. Bianchi's ran her outside. We've got, I think that was Sutil. Past Maldonado. Jesus Christ, he sent it into turn 1. Somehow he has not hit anyone. That's definitely unrealistic. We're going to look around the outside. What? Alonso just decides he's going to help me out. Cheers, mate. Okay, he stopped because Ricciardo spun round. And he caused absolute chaos. For everyone that wasn't me, that was a phenomenal opening couple of corners. Thank you, Alonso. I look forward to being swamped by every single fast driver behind me now. That has condemned me to a very unfun race. But at the end of lap number 1, we have found ourselves in P9. It's about to be P10 as Fernando Alonso looks around outside into turn number 1. I don't know why I'm using rich revs. There's no point defending against a Ferrari, but thanks to the dodgy AI, it looks like we're going to hold on to P9 for now. I give it about a sector, I reckon. Maybe even a corner, given how I'm driving on the exit at turn number 3. We do actually manage to hold off Alonso until I get to my favourite corner on the track, the horrible penultimate corner of turn 14. Now we're directly under pressure from Alonso and a lot of other people as well. And with DRS next lap, I don't feel optimistic at all that we'll be holding on to this position for much longer. Coming into turn 15, we have a horrendous line, and that's going to open the door beautifully for Alonso. He's going to easily go past us. I don't think we're going to be challenging him down towards turn number 1, mainly because Button is immediately attacking us on the outside turn number 1. We might be able to defend this one just because he's picked the outside line and it's 2015 AI. We're right behind Alonso, but give it to the S-bend. We will not be directly behind him for much longer. We have held off Button for now, but one clip later and Button has breezed past us to take P9. I believe some people are pitting, so that's why I'm still P10. I'm no longer still P10.
We don't think it'll affect your performance.
I'm sorry, Jeff. You don't think half a front wing will affect my performance. Are you saying that because this car has no downforce to lose? Or are you just a fucking idiot? Now before you go to the comments and get angry at me, as I said in qualifying, as an F1 content creator, I can't be guilty of any incidents. I know that may look like I've just closed the door on Magnussen, left him absolutely no room, and I'm completely at fault for it. Look, let's look at the replay. Clearly, he just comes out of nowhere and bricks my wing. Completely uncalled for. So we have a very long and very painful drive back to the pit. Bianchi cruises past us. We're still going to try the 2-stop. It's going to be even more difficult now. This could be a rough race. Unless, of course, Sauber deliver yet another fantastic pit stop like they did in Australia. Can they do it? Can we get a rapid pit stop with a broken wing? Let's find out. I fucking love this team. Yeah, the rest of my race, or at least the rest of this stint, was very underwhelming. We were on the prime tyre and everyone else was on the options. We were just overtaking people as they came into the pit. Yeah, we actually had a surprising amount of pace. Like, I get out ahead of Bianchi somehow. I'm trying to make content out of nothing here. We're battling Bianchi because he's on the option tyre. I think this may be the only battle we see for the rest of this race. Round the outside, turn number 1, he's got the inside line. We should be able to just, get on the inside, turn number 2, force him off, and then claim that he should have, backed out. He actually does back out. Fair enough to him. We hold off P14 for now. Jesus Christ, a P14. Okay, maybe this race isn't over. We're still battling Bianchi. It was annoying because he's on the quicker tyres. He obviously has, I think, slightly the slower car. Judging by this slipstreaming, maybe he does have the quicker car. We're going to go up the inside, turn number 1. It's actually a very respectable battle. Mainly due to the fact that I couldn't pull away because I was just driving awfully. Coming on to lap number 13 though. I think we have blown our chance of beating Bianchi until his tyres fall off. We have a very shocking final corner. We're being caught by Button, who somehow we're ahead of. And somehow Bianchi's ahead of, so maybe battling Bianchi was actually helping me. But on lap number 13 you can see my tyres were shot, but even more so Bianchi's tyres were shot because through the corners I was actually keeping pace with him. Are you fucking serious? I know you're probably going to say I should have learnt my lesson from qualifying, but I'll be honest, especially when you're focusing on driving, you can barely see the proximity arrows around you, especially when you're side by side with someone. But for the second time this race, our pit lap has been chosen for us because now my tyres are absolutely fucked. We'll be going on to the prime tyres for our second stop. We're once again going to be at the back. We've got 15 laps on these tyres. I'm pretty confident I can make it to the end. This is going to be difficult to get points, I feel. What is Maldonado doing? He's incredibly slow. Okay. I assume he's doing the open lobby thing of just waiting for someone that's wronged him in this race. We'll probably see a yellow flag soon. Yeah, unfortunately, the rest of my race was much of the same as the first stint. Just overtaking people in the pit. We were actually catching Kobayashi, which was nice because I was once in that car. I know the pain, but there was one thing when I caught Kobayashi. It took me an awful long time to actually overtake him because down the straight, I still wasn't great in a straight line. I have learnt since how to be fast in a straight line. At this stage, I hadn't quite learnt it yet. Don't worry, you don't need to go to the comments. I know full well what I am doing wrong. I'm just choosing not to do it, apparently. Embarrassingly, due to this incompetence, I don't actually get to overtake Kobayashi. He goes into the pit for his last stop before I'm actually able to overtake him. So that's a bit of a hit to the ego, but we're slowly making our way up the grid thanks to pit stops. We're probably going to suffer at the end. In fact, we're definitely going to suffer at the end. But on lap 21, we found ourselves in P16. Anyway, lap 22, P15, P14. 17 seconds behind Perez. I think the best we'll be getting today is P14. And from this point, it was just a bit of a nothing race to the end. Just looking after the tyres. Or not. I'm going to come to the pit. I hope it's for option tyres. I don't remember doing this. I recorded this a while ago, and I don't remember. I'm assuming I'm going on to the option tyres and we're going to chase down someone. Thank God we're on the option tyres. We're out in P17, directly behind our teammate Sutil. I really hope I know what I'm doing. I really hope past me knows what I'm doing, because present me has no fucking clue. Well, that's left me with 5 laps to make up as much ground as I can. We're directly behind Sutil. We're yet to beat Sutil this season, because obviously we DNF'd in Australia. So I guess this is just a way to... I don't know, I was going to beat him anyway. Why am I struggling to overtake him? I'm getting blue flagged. I'm so confused of what I've done here. I'm so lost. I'm getting lapped by Bottas. I didn't even see P1 overtake me. What's going on? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Did I really think let's add some drama to this race and let's battle Sutil for P16? Well, anyway, Sutil getting lapped by Bottas is going to help us. He's going to slow down. We're going to go around the outside of turn number 4. He's now getting lapped by Rosberg, so he's definitely not going to challenge me again. That is the drama over. I have succeeded in my battle for P16. We're getting lapped by Rosberg now. We're going to brake early into the penultimate corner. And he's going to disappear. Okay. Thankfully we have a replay of this. Obviously Rosberg's lapping me. At least he tries to, and then just drives straight into the gravel. The camera cuts straight to me. I assume that's because he's retired. So that's another position for us. And then on the penultimate lap, we're going to gain another position thanks to Fernando Alonso just deciding to retire. Do we have a replay of what happened to him? Thank you, Editor Connor. Let's have a look. That was weird. Okay, well, coming to the end of the weirdest stint I think I've ever done. P14. I'm so fucking confused right now. So we come home P14. Could it have been more if we stayed out? Probably. Do we care if we got P13 or P14? Not particularly. The important thing is we finished our first race of the season. Once again, we choked some points because we got taken out by AI. As I said, not my fault at all. I don't think we had the pace to get points anyway because qualifying was absolutely dire. But the important thing is we beat our teammate, which will hopefully go towards getting a better team for next season. That's all we care about this season. In the championship, Hamilton has taken 2 out of 2 wins and leads Daniel Ricciardo by 23 points. Also leads Vettel by 23 points, as Nico Rosberg obviously retired from this race. We sit in P17 after our first finish of the season. Unfortunately behind Sutil and behind Bianchi. And the 2 Lotus cars having an absolute torrent time in 21st and 22nd place in the Drivers' Championship, which makes their P8 in the Constructors' Championship even more suspicious. I'm pretty sure Marussia should be in P8, Sauber P9, and Lotus should be losing to Caterham. So at least we've learnt one thing from this video, which is F1 2015 is rigged. So from here on out, I'll be doing my own graphics because obviously F1 2015 is too stupid to count numbers. So I hope you enjoyed another underwhelming race. Look forward to more. See you next time. Oh god. This is the it's not even the Caterham. It's not even the fucking Caterham. This is the Sauber and it's fucking painful already.